Hello students, welcome to Python online classes. Today I am going to explain about the concept of Python sets concept. Okay, in last classes we have discussed in the previous classes we have discussed about the lists concept and also tuples concept and also strings concept and also dictionaries also completed. And now we have to discuss about the concept of sets, Python sets. Okay, actually till now we have to use in different ways. List is we can use to store a multiple values in between square brackets, but coming to the tuples, functional brackets we can use to store the multiple values. To store the multiple values we can use the functional brackets. And compared to list, tuples are very fast, very fastly execute it can, compared to list, tuples are very fast execution it can support. So that is the difference between list and tuples. That is the major difference. And also the major difference is one more major difference we have. In the list we can store the values by using square brackets, but in the tuples we can use functional brackets. So like that. And dictionaries we can also store the data, we can also store the elements by using a key value pairs. But while coming to the sets concept, it is also similar work like a dictionary. By using curly braces we can create the set, but here one difference is there. If you use the key and value pair, then it is called a dictionary, but if you store the value directly, then it is called set. And set contain one more extraordinary feature we have. What is that? It cannot support duplicate values. If you want to store same value in multiple times, then while giving the output time, while giving the by execution time, it will give the output for the single value. Unique values it will only represent on the screen. So that is the that is the major advantage of sets concept. Okay, so now the how to create the sets and what are the methods we have, how to use the sets, and what is the output we will get after storing multiple duplicate values also. So everything we have to know in this session. Okay, now let us start our session. Right. Here sets concept is there. Carefully observe. A set contains a collection of unique values. A set contains a collection of unique values. Now I am increasing the zoom, then only properly visible. Yeah, it is good to see. Set. A set contains collection of unique values and works like a mathematical set. Already in the 10th class, in 10th class studying time, you have learned about the mathematical sets now. So that sets concept is also here we can use. By using these sets also work like a mathematical sets, nothing but union, intersection. So all those things we have now, all those things we have learned in the 10th class. So those concepts also here we can implement by using these sets also. Understand? So now we have to see the definition of about the sets. A set is an object. A set is an object. A set is an object that stores a collection of data in the same way as mathematical sets. Here are the some important things to know about sets. What are they? What are they? All the elements in a set must be unique. That means no two elements can have the same value. No two elements can have the same value. After that, sets are unordered. Sets are unordered, which means that the elements in a set are not stored in a particular order. The elements that are stored in a set can be of a different data types. So these are the major points of sets. Now we have to see the creation of sets. So for that I am opening one command prompt. Here I am connecting with the Python shell window to use. For that we have to use the Python command. So it has connected. Now there are two ways. Now there are two ways to create the sets. Word I'm opening, Microsoft Word. Yeah, sets is our concept. Sets is our concept. Now sets creation. Sets creation. There are two ways. There are two ways to create the sets in Python. Sets in Python. One is by using curly braces. By using curly braces, and second one is by calling set method. By calling set method. So if you want to create any set in Python, for that we must have to use these two steps, either this one or this one we have to use to create the sets. Okay, so now practically I would like to create, then only you can get an awareness on that, otherwise you can't get an awareness how to create the sets. So here I have opened one, sorry, so that I want to open one command prompt, and after that I would like to connect the Python shell window here. Yeah, it has connected. Now I am creating one set. Now I am creating set by using curly braces. Here two ways we have to create now. We have to create sets by using either by using curly braces or by calling set method. So first method is what? By using curly braces. Now we have to see the first concept. After that later we can see the second concept to create the set. So now by using curly braces we need to create the set. So my set is days. Days is the set name. Giving one is equal symbol. I am opening one curly brace. I am opening one curly brace. Here I want to create one empty set. How to create? If you want to create an empty set without elements, just simply we can give the curly braces, open curly brace and closing curly brace without any element. Then I am going to press enter key in my keyboard. So now we have to check the keyboard. We have to check the type. So class dictionary. Actually this is not a set, it is a dictionary. Okay, but here one difference we need to understand. If you create any list or tuples or dictionaries, for example, first we have to see the theory part, then only you can understand. So here if you want to create an empty set creation, empty set creation. So for that, carefully observe here exit function I am using right now, and CLS I am clear the screen. Now again I have to connect Python. Now I want to create one list. Okay, now I want to create one list with square brackets. This is called an empty set. This is called an empty set. So it is empty. This is called empty list. Sorry. Now I want to check the type of list. So for that inbuilt method type function I am using. So what it is showing? List. Here list is showing nothing but empty list I have created. Like that tuples also I am creating. Tuple equal to empty brackets I am using. Functional brackets. Now I want to check is that tuple or not. Is that tuple or not? Now I want to check. Yeah, tuple it is printing now. So it is also tuple. So if you want to create empty tuple by using empty brackets or NF, then it will create the empty tuple like this. Now I want to create empty dictionary. So for that dict equal to curly braces, open curly braces and open closing curly braces. Now I want to check is that dictionary or not. So carefully observe, it is showing is what? The output is showing dictionary. So if you want to create empty dictionary, just empty curly braces, opening curly brace and closing curly brace you need to use. So if you want to create, and these three things I want to create in one more way also. All of you carefully observe. One more way. So now I want to create without using these square brackets. I want to create list items. So for that, list equal to list of method I am using. List of method. Is that working or not? No. Sorry. Actually, these are the process. Here list function use it to convert the tuples to list. If you want to create tuples to list, for that list method we have to use. So this is the not right way. Actually, if you want to create an empty list, the empty square brackets are enough. If you want to create empty tuple, empty functional brackets are enough. If you want to create empty dictionary, empty curly braces are enough. So here now I want to create an empty set. If you want to create an empty set, actually for the dictionary purpose also we have to use the curly braces, and also sets purpose also we can use the curly braces, open curly brace and closing curly brace. So both are using same brackets. But if you create without any elements, if you use any empty brackets without any elements, then it is treating as a dictionary. Then how you can create an empty set? By using set method only. By using set method only. Set equal to set of, then it can create a empty set. Carefully observe. By using set method we can create the set. Now I want to check, is that set or not? Empty set I have created or not? Yeah, carefully observe. Here it is showing set na. So like that, if you want to create an empty set, you can use like this. Okay, right. Empty set creation possible only with the set equal to set function we have to use if you want to create any set. But if you want to store any elements, by using curly braces also we can create the set na. So for that, exit function I am using here to close this one and clear the screen purpose CLS. Again I am connecting to Python shell window. Yeah, now I want to store some elements. Now I want to store some elements in a set. So here my set is what? Days. Set name is days. Now I am opening one functional bracket and closing functional brackets, and after that here I am using Sunday is one element, Monday is one more element, Tuesday is one more element, Wednesday is one more element, and now Thursday is one more element, and just give one comma. After that again quotes open, Friday is one more element, and next one is Saturday is one more element. So like that we need to create the set. So now I have to create the days set. So now I want to see days created or not. Yeah. So all of you carefully observe. Here in the definition what we have to find? In the definition what we have to find? All the elements in a set must be unique. No two more elements can have the same value. Sets are unordered. Sets are unordered. That means, which means that the elements in a set are not stored in any particular order. Not stored in particular order. Here I pass it in the sequence mode. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I pass it in the sequence mode while creating time. Day set while creating time I have created within the sequence order. But while executing time, it is not maintaining any proper order na. Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Saturday, Friday, like that. So that set convenient way it is printing. So that means it is not maintaining an ordered way. It is, the set is an unordered set. That means the sets are unordered. The internally the element should not maintain any order, proper order. whatever the order we have passed, that order it should not maintain. Internally it can treat as a which is the first element, then it can understood. I mean it can treat as a first element. So while reading time, one by one it is reading. While printing time, which is the first element that have that element, it can produce like this as a output. So that's why it's not a printing in proper order. Preserved order it is not maintaining. Whatever the order it has decided, that order it is displaying on the screen. So actually sets operation is like that. It is an unordered set. It is not maintaining any proper order. While reading time and while executing time is also, it is not properly maintaining an order. But all elements it will print. All elements it will print. Now I want to create one more set. So for that curly braces I am using here in between these curly braces 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 4 I am using, again 3 I am using, again 2 I am using. So how many elements we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 elements I have stored in the set. 7 elements I have stored in the set. So now I am printing. Set. So what output we have to got here? Carefully observe 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are the unique values it is the set contain? That unique values it is printing as a output format, and the duplicate values has been avoided for the set. Has been avoided by the set here. So actually the set functionality is what? It should not maintain duplicate values. In the sets, all elements in a set must be unique. No two values can have the same value. That is the first point here. Carefully observe. Here I selected some text. All of you carefully observe at the screen. All the elements in a set must be unique. No two elements can have the same value. Now that means that the sentence meaning means the sets must be contain unique values. If you pass any duplicate values while printing time, while reading time, the duplicate values avoided by the sets only. Understand? Right. And the last point is what? The elements that are stored in a set can be of different data types. Now I want to create one more set. Set equal to open curly brace 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So 3 are the numbers. After that, one string value, nothing but Siva and Pavan, Raju. So these are duplicate. These are different types now. First I have used number types, and after I have used string type, nothing but alphabets type. After that I would like to maintain some fraction part, 12.35, 12.35 and 6.85. So fraction part values also here I am storing. So now I am closing the curly brace. So the set has created with different data types. This is number related data type, this is string type data types, and these two are floating point data types. So all together I have stored in a set. So like that we have to maintain the set by using different data types also. So different types of data we can also store in the sets. So that is the major advantage. So here the 3 lines contain. All of you carefully observe. These 3 points are very important here. All the elements must be unique, and no two elements can have the same value. And also sets are unordered. Nothing but it is not maintaining any proper order while reading time and while executing time. And after that, the elements that stored in a set can be in different data types. Nothing but it can also store numbers, strings, and floating point values also. Nothing but fraction part values also. It should be maintained by the set. So all together we can store in that a set. So that is the functionality of set here. Now by using curly braces we can create the sets. So all of you carefully observe here. How many ways to create the set? There are 2 ways, by using curly braces and also calling set method. So the first step has completed now here. By using curly braces we have already created set, and now we have to create by calling set method. So for your understanding purpose, the previous example I am removing here, and freshly I am creating one more time. So by using curly braces, the set has created, and also it should be maintained duplicate. It should not maintain duplicate values, and the proper order it is not maintaining. So now by using set method, set equal to, set is set name, nothing but days. Days equal to set of. So now I have created days set. Now I have created days set. Empty set I have created. Now I want to store the values in this. Now I want to store the values. Now I have created empty set. Before, the first statement is what? Days equal to set of method created with an empty set. Now I want to create with the by passing values also. I want to create set by using set method, and in set method functional brackets I would like to pass some values 1, 2, 3, Siva, Hari. So I have created this one. Set expected at most one argument got 5. Set expected at most first argument got 5. So what it is at line number 1? Yeah, wait. This is an error. Why this does not do what we intend? Okay, if you want to store these elements, so instead of using this one, after functional brackets, one square bracket is also, it should be maintained, one square bracket, so then only it will work properly. Yeah, days. So day set, sorry, actually the name is days, but I have stored different values, so don't bother about. If you want to save any values, now I want to clear this one, then only you can observe exit of function and CLS. Again I have connected Python. Okay, now days equal to set method. This is empty set. If you want to create an empty set, you can use like that. So empty set also created like this. So now I want to store the values. Days equal to set, open functional brackets, open square brackets. Inside we need to open square brackets. Again here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So like that we need to create the days. Carefully observe Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, because of it is not order maintaining by the setness. So that's why whatever the order it has, that order it is printing here. So that output we got right now. So set operation is like this. By using set method also we can create the set. No problem. If you want to store any data like this, you need to pass the values in between functional brackets, and also inside we have to use the square bracket again. Okay, after that from one element to another element we need to give one comma to separate from one item to another item. Okay, right. Now getting number of elements in a set. So now I want to know how many elements we have in my set. So for that length function we have to use. So for that print function I am using, and after that in between functional brackets again length function I am using. In the length function functional brackets I am passing the days. Now I want to know about the days length. How many days we have? So 4 days, because the 4 elements I have stored in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that means 4 means the length of the set is 4 items it can contain. So if you want to use length function, it will return the value of set length. Now next one is adding and removing elements. So sets are mutable objects, so you can add items. Sets are mutable objects means if you want to update any set elements, then you can use, no problem. That is the meaning of mutable. Mutable means it can be editable. Immutable means it cannot be editable. So here sets are mutable objects. That means if you want to modify any element in the set, you can simply modify. There is no objection for that. The set cannot throw any error in that time. If you want to change any element, if you want to modify any element, sets are supported. Don't throw any error. So you can add items to them and remove items from them. You can use add method to add an element to a set. The following interactive session demonstrates. Interactive session is nothing but this one. So add method, by using add method, you can use add by using add method, you can add the elements. So now I want to create. First I am exiting this one. After that I am clear the screen, and now I am connecting the Python shell window. Now days set I am creating. So empty set I have created. So without passing any values, just now I have created one empty set. Now I want to store some values in that empty set. So how to store? By using add method, it is possible. So days.add method we have to pass. So in between add method functional brackets, we need to store some values. Sunday is my first value, so it has created. Again days.add method, Monday. So 2 days I have created. Again days.add method, Tuesday. So this is also one of the method. Now I want to see the how many days we have. So for that print function I am using days. I have passed in that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 3 items I added. 3 days I added. 3 days name Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So like that, if you want to add any elements, add function we can use like this. So adding elements also over. Now I want to update some elements. So here carefully observe, and days dot update of. If you want to add more elements along with previous data also, it has to be maintained. So by using update method we can add some more elements. So update, here update method, simply I am using after Tuesday, Wednesday I am passing here, comma, Thursday. Carefully observe. Yeah, it has updated. Now again I want to see. So what it is printing? Yeah, ANRES. So it is the wrong way. Okay. Now I want to, yeah. So this is not a correct method to pass the values along with update method. Now I am exit function I am using, and now I am clear the screen. Again I am connecting the Python shell window. So carefully observe here. Now days set I am creating by using set method. Empty set I have created, and here I want to add 2 elements. So for that days dot add method I am using. Here Sunday I am passing. Sunday is one method. Sunday is one element, and again one more day, days dot add method, Monday is one item I have passed, and one more item I want to add here. So nothing but Tuesday. Right, 3 days I added. Now I want to print these 3 days. Now I want to update some more data. So days method I am using, days dot update of, in between these brackets, again I want to give one square bracket, opening and closing. Here I want to pass the list of values. So after Tuesday, Wednesday I am passing, comma, Thursday I am passing. So two element I have passed with the list of elements. If you haven't used the square brackets, then immediately each and every letter can separate. Each and every letter, it has to be separated. Okay, so here letters wise separation is not required because of here weekdays na, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, after that Wednesday, Thursday we have to maintain. If you haven't used square brackets, then it can split as a letters way. Previously we have seen na, so we should not have to maintain that type of data. Here the entire strings we have to maintain, so that's why square brackets we are using. Now I want to see the days, so all of you carefully observe Thursday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. So string format it is maintaining now. So if you haven't used the square brackets, then these all strings, I mean these strings can divided into multiple strings, nothing but each and every letter can divide into a single string. So like that these two strings also can be divided into a divided a letters format, not a string format. Okay, right. So if you want to add any elements or if you want to update any elements, this is the process. This is the process. And you can remove an item from the set, either the remove method or discard method. If you want to remove any methods, if you want to remove deleting options, adding and removing, adding, updating and removing methods. These all are set methods. So for adding purpose we can use add method. And if you want to update any element, if you want to update any set, for that update method we have to use. If you want to remove elements from the sets, for that discard method and remove method we have. Both will work for the deletion purpose. And what is the difference between here the remove method and discard method? You pass the item that you want to remove and as an argument to either method, and that item is removed from the set. If you use the remove method, that item can be removed from the set. The only difference between the two methods is how they behave when the specified item is not found in the set. The remove method raises a key error, but discard method does not raise any method. Carefully observe. Discard method does not raise any error. Here I want to remove. Here I want to remove one item. Days dot discard method I am using. So in between that functional brackets, and Thursday I am removing. Thursday, THURSDAY. So THURSDAY. Thursday is not defined. Why? Why the spelling? I think wrong. Spelling wrong. THURSDAY. Okay, right. Quotes must be required. So without quotes, if you pass, then how it should be identified? So that's why. So now I pass it with quotes only. So days discard method, from the days set, Thursday value it has removed. Now we have to see that Thursday is there or not. Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. So these four values it is representing on the screen, and Thursday has removed from the set. Now I want to use the days method, days set, and also discard method again I am using. So here how many elements we have? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now I want to delete except these 4 elements. Extra element I want to give here. Friday I am passing. Actually Friday option not there, what it is going to get, we have to see. So it is not showing any error now. So that is the meaning of discard method. Here in the list, how many elements we have? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So these 4 elements we have. Friday element is not there. Friday day is not there na. We haven't stored till now. Friday. Carefully observe. So discard method, if you pass any value, if you pass any item with the discard method, so if the value is found in the days, then it will remove. But if it's not there in the set, then it will not show any error. So that is the meaning of discard method. That is the meaning of discard method. So coming to days dot coming to remove method. Now I want to pass same value. It will show one error. It is giving the intimation for us. So it is showing error na. Line 1 key error it is showing. Friday is not there. So that's why it is showing one error. If the element is found, carefully observe. Days dot remove. Now I want to remove Wednesday. So if the value is found in the set, then it has removed. Again I want to see this one, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. 3 values it is showing now. One value it has removed by the remove method. If the value not there, then it will show the error. But discard method, it will not show any error for us. Simply it can execute. It will not show any error. Whether it is the element, the item is there or not, it will not intimate to the user. So that is the difference between discard method and remove method. Key error it is showing. By using remove method, it will intimate the key error for user. So now that option is also has completed. And we have to see the clear method. From the 10 calls, remove method is also okay. And yeah, now we have to see the clear method. You can clear all elements of the set by calling the clear method. So carefully observe here. Now in the days 3 elements we have. Now I want to delete all elements. Now I want to clear all elements. So for that clear method is very useful. So like that we have to use days dot clear. We can call. If you call like that, days set, we can simply erase the all elements inside. Now I want to see days contain elements or not. So empty set it is representing on the screen now. That means there is no element in that. So clear method, it can remove it. And using loop to iterate over a set. You can use the loop of the following general format to iterate over all the elements in a set. In general format, var name is in the name of variable and the set is the name of the set. This loop iterates once for each element in a set. Each time the loop iterates where is assigned to element. Now I want to see. Now I want to create one special element right now. Yeah, carefully observe. Now I am creating again days set with the value of Sunday, comma, Monday, comma, Tuesday, comma, Wednesday. So these elements are enough. These days are enough. So days set I have created. Now what is the concept? How to iterate the set items? How to iterate the set of items? Now for that I am using for loop. For I is the index pointing value. So for the first iteration, the I can point to the Sunday, and second iteration the I can point to the Monday, and third iteration I can point to the Tuesday, and fourth iteration I can point to the Wednesday. Fifth iteration, then it is not pointing, then immediately the control will back to the outside of the loop. Control come back to the outside of loop. I in here days set I want to pass here, because of in the days set you need to search. I need to search in the days set by using in operator. So here print I value, because of the first iteration I pointing to Sunday na, so like that. So here indentation error, indentation error. For after for loop, if you want to give print function, compulsory here one space must and should be required, then only it will work. Semicolon, why it is showing error? Print of I, anything we forgot, huh? Okay, now I am CLS, exit of function I am using. Yeah, 2 times enter we need to press that, so that's why it is showing error. Again I am connecting to the Python. Now I am creating the days equal to, again one more time I am creating the set. Carefully observe. So you are also, while practicing time, you also will get this type of errors. So simply you can understand Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so now I have stored all elements with the all days. I have created the days set. Now for loop I am using iterating purpose. For I in days set, one colon symbol I am using. So in the days set, here days set, how many elements? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like that. 7 elements, 7 items we have, 7 days we have. So in the days set, I first pointing to first element, and for the first iteration completion, and the second iteration the I can point to the Monday here. Okay, like that 7 times it can point by the I within every element. So after element is not there, I mean after completion of all iterations, if element is not there, then control will comes out to the for loop. Okay, print I want to print I. Again one more time I want to press enter. Here 2 times enter you need to press. Okay, so then you will get like the output like this: Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday. Because of sets are maintaining not unordered na sets, proper order it should not maintain. So that's why whatever the order it has decided, that order it will print on the screen. So carefully observe here, but all elements it will print like that. Okay, 7 elements it will print. So that is the process of iteration. Okay, and today's session I am going to close, and in the tomorrow session I will continue. Okay, because of the time is very lag.